Ever get a stack of intel that just makes you go, what in the multiverse is going on here? We're
Yeah.
talking classified docs, intercepted chatter,
Oh.
even song lyrics and battle raps.
Really?
Someone's got a flair for the dramatic.
Interesting. What we've got here is a story, and it's hidden beneath the surface.
Okay.
A world of anomalous containment, where the impossible is, well, someone's everyday job.
You know, we love a good mystery here, so strap in as we dive into the shadowy world of the Middleman Institute
Right.
and their enigmatic leader, Bugsy Prime.
Now imagine for a moment, you know those urban legends, those stories whispered around campfires? They're not just stories.
Right.
Imagine a world where things that go bump in the night are very real, and there's an organization tasked with keeping them in check.
Wow.
That's the Middleman Institute.
This top secret document we've got here
Yeah.
lays it out like their mission statement is straight out of a superhero comic, protecting humanity from,
Yeah.
and I quote, entities and phenomena that defy the known laws of nature and reason.
That's a mouthful.
Talk about a high-stakes gig.
And they don't just monitor these entities.
Right.
They contain them using a blend of advanced tech. And
Okay.
let's just say knowledge gleaned from sources beyond the scientific.
Okay.
This Guardians in the Shadows song spells it out. They walk a line between cutting-edge innovation and ancient secrets.
Now, at the heart of this operation is the man himself, Bugsy Prime.
Yeah.
Now, this isn't your typical leader barking orders.
No.
One document describes him as a raised eyebrow is his scepter, a whisper his decree.
Interesting.
Sounds more like a master chess player than a general.
And he's playing on a cosmic scale.
Wow.
Take the SCP Foundation, for example,
Right.
an organization I'm sure you're familiar with,
Oh, yeah.
known for its own expertise in containing the anomalous. Bugsy managed to outmaneuver them completely,
Right.
specifically by exploiting their own internal bureaucratic structures against them.
Wow.
Now he's at the helm of the Middleman Institute, and his leadership style is
What would you even call it?
unconventional.
And did I mention the guy's a walking arsenal?
Is he?
But here's the kicker. Multiple sources indicate that he holds back in every fight.
Really?
Imagine facing someone who could obliterate you without breaking a sweat.
I can't even imagine.
And that's intimidating.
And incredibly strategic. It speaks to a deep understanding of power. He doesn't need to constantly prove himself. It's almost as though victory is a foregone conclusion for Bugsy.
So if you're running an organization dedicated to containing the unthinkable,
Right.
who ends up on your watch list?
Well, let's just say Bugsy has quite the guest book.
Okay.
Take Bill Cipher, for instance.
Bill Cipher.
A chaotic, interdimensional being with a knack for warping reality. Remember that weird incident where reality seemed to glitch for a few hours back in 2012?
Yeah.
Our sources suggest that was Cipher's doing.
Wow.
Even now, he's contained, but as one intercepted communication puts it, he exists in the spaces between spaces.
And we're not just talking about tricksters like Cipher. We've got files on some heavy hitters.
No.
Caliborn, Phantom Blot, Sonic.exe.
Agree.
These aren't just names. These are entities that could unravel the fabric of reality as we know it.
And they all have one thing in common.
What's that?
They bear the scars, both physical and psychological, of encounters with Bugsy Prime.
Oh, wow.
Each believed they were facing his full power, only to be proven devastatingly wrong.
But let's talk about a foe that takes things to a whole other level, shall we?
Okay.
God Destroyer Kirby. I mean, the name alone is enough to send chills down your spine.
Yeah.
This isn't the cute pink puffball we know and love. Imagine Kirby.
Okay.
But consumed by a void energy that devours realities.
Oh, wow.
Yet even this cosmic horror was no match for Bugsy.
Really?
The details of that encounter are, understandably, scant.
Yeah.
But the fact that he not only survived,
Right.
but one speaks volumes about his abilities. It's like comparing a supernova to a firecracker, you know?
Right, right.
And somehow Bugsy's the one holding all the cards.
And he's still got more up his sleeve.
Really?
Sources mention other entities, beings like Dr. Cube, whose intellect borders on the terrifying,
Oh, wow.
constantly developing new technologies and twisted creations to test Bugsy's limits.
So he's got, like, a rival.
In a sense, yeah.
Okay.
Then there's the curious case of Waldo,
You mean, where's Waldo?
the one and only.
I didn't know he was a real threat.
He's not just a children's book character, it seems. His ability to manipulate spatial dimensions makes him virtually untraceable.
Even for Bugsy.
Even for Bugsy.
You're kidding.
It seems even in a world of cosmic threats, some things are just beyond our grasp.
Wow. So you're saying, go ahead.
Speaking of unexpected turns, we need to talk about someone who brings a whole different energy to this equation. Mabel Pines.
Right. Mabel. You're reading about apocalyptic battles against beings made of pure chaos, and then bam,
Yeah,
you stumble across this line. Mabel's optimism is a force unto itself.
it's true.
What's she doing in this cosmic chess game anyway?
Her role is more significant than it might appear.
Really?
Remember how we talked about Bugsy's restrained power?
Yeah.
Some speculate that Mabel is the key.
What do you mean?
See, she's not just a source of sunshine and glitter cannons.
Oh, come on. That's the best part.
Although she's certainly good at both, she challenges Bugsy, not through strength or manipulation,
Okay.
but through sheer, unrelenting positivity.
So in a world trying to tear itself apart, she's holding it together with, what, friendship bracelets and good vibes.
Don't underestimate the power of a good vibe, my friend.
Okay.
In a reality where fear and despair fuel beings like Sonic, EXE,
Right.
Mabel's unwavering hope disrupts the very fabric of their existence.
Really?
Remember, even in those intercepted communications, the entities mention her with a mix of apprehension and is that begrudging respect.
It's kind of heartwarming in the fate of the universe hangs in the balance kind of way.
Exactly, and their dynamic is fascinating.
How so?
They have this playful banter, calling each other silly pet names like Bugaboo and Shooting Star.
Oh.
One report even describes them having a sweater knitting contest judged by a panel of interdimensional beings.
Okay, now that's just adorable.
But that's the thing about Bugsy.
What's that?
This isn't just a strategic alliance. He genuinely cares for Mabel,
Ah.
sees her as a source of light in the darkness, and she, in turn, sees the best in him,
Oh.
even when he doubts himself.
Which, considering his track record, is probably not very often.
Perhaps, but there's one document that provides a glimpse into a more vulnerable side of Bugsy.
Okay.
It details a reunion with figures referred to as the Homestuck Ancestors.
Homestuck Ancestors, what is that, like a rock band?
Essentially, powerful beings from Bugsy's past who shaped who he is today.
Oh, wow.
So, we've got cosmic-level guardians from his past heartwarming reunions.
Yeah.
How did the Peanut Gallery, aka the other contained entities, react to this display of emotion?
That's a good question.
Let's just say, Talborn in particular seemed to have a meltdown at the mere sight of Bugsy shedding a tear. The very notion that someone capable of such power could also possess such vulnerability seemed to break him.
It's like those tough guy characters in movies who act all stoic until a puppy shows up.
Right.
Except in this case, it's the fate of multiple realities at stake.
Precisely. And it's not just Caliborn.
Yeah.
Even Evil Morty, being defined by his cynicism and nihilism, remarks on the connection between Bugsy's capacity for love and his overwhelming power, Phantom Blot. Too,
Okay.
someone who thrives on control and manipulation seems to recognize this pattern.
So are we saying love is Bugsy Prime's secret weapon?
I wouldn't put it past him, but it's more nuanced than that.
Okay.
It's not just love, but connection, empathy,
Right.
the ability to see the value in something beyond power or control.
Right.
It's these qualities, coupled with his extraordinary abilities, that make him such a compelling and, let's be honest, terrifying figure.
It's like we're seeing the cosmic equivalent of tough on the outside, gooey on the inside.
Right.
But in a way that could, like, reshape reality as we know it.
Precisely. And here's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
Remember those reports of Bugsy holding back in those battles?
Yeah.
Well, according to intercepted communications between some of these entities, it wasn't just strategy.
Okay.
It was deliberate restraint.
You mean he's going easy on them?
Yeah.
The guy who single-handedly subdued a being capable of devouring entire realities was taking it easy.
It seems so.
Wow.
And the entities he's contained, they know it too. Imagine the fear Sonic. EXE, a being who thrives on terror, must feel knowing that the power he witnessed, the power that left him reeling,
Yeah.
wasn't even a fraction of Bugsy's true potential.
Okay. Now that's just playing mind games on a cosmic scale.
Indeed, it reminds us that true power isn't always about brute force.
Right.
Sometimes it's about control,
Okay.
about knowing when to hold back and when to unleash the full extent of your abilities.
So the question is, what happens when Bugsy decides to let loose? What happens when that restraint breaks, right? What does it mean for him, for the Middleman Institute, for Mabel?
Those are the million-dollar questions, aren't they? We have these tantalizing glimpses into his capabilities, the battle against God Destroyer Kirby,
Yeah.
the cryptic reports of his showdown with an entity known only as Wrath. But the true scope of his power remains shrouded in mystery.
A mystery wrapped in an enigma, sprinkled with glitter cannons and pet names.
And that, my friend, is the beauty of this deep dive.
Yeah.
We've uncovered a world hidden beneath the surface of our own, a world where reality is fluid,
Right.
and the impossible is commonplace. We've explored the enigmatic Bugsy Prime,
He is a mystery.
a being of immense power and surprising compassion, a master strategist who finds solace in friendship, and a shared love of sweater vests.
We've delved into classified documents, deciphered cryptic communications,
Yeah,
and even found wisdom in the unlikeliest of places, song lyrics and battle raps.
that's right.
But most importantly, we've been reminded that even in a world on the brink of chaos, there's always more to discover,
Always.
more to understand.
Bugsy Prime's story is far from over.
That's true.
And as he navigates this complex web of cosmic threats and interdimensional diplomacy, one thing's for sure, we'll be watching, analyzing, and piecing together the puzzle, one intriguing detail at a time.
Because that's what we do here at the Deep Dive.
That's right.
We take a mountain of information, sift through the noise, and extract those golden nuggets of knowledge. So until next time, keep those thinking caps on.
Keep thinking.
And remember, sometimes the most extraordinary truths are hidden in the most unexpected places.